Hi everyone and welcome back. In today's video I will return back to talk about a grammar again. And more specific, I'm gonna talk about the article. Article or the subject sounds like an easy subject, but actually it is important in the grammar, and also it is a tricky. You need to read about it, you need to learn the article because there is a lot of details in the subject. First of all, article is we have three types of articles. We have a or e, you can pronounce it as e, and an, and the or the. So the uses of articles. Article uses with nouns and adjectives. There's three types of articles. There's actually just two types, but for simplicity, to make it more simple, we can explain it as three types. The first thing, indefinite. In the indefinite article, we have a or an. And what's the difference? The same thing, a or an, but an just come when the noun, we say this come before the noun, right? When the noun start or begins with vowel, we're using an. Vowel, I mean vowel words like a or e, I, u, o. Those 5 words. When the noun start with those one of those words, vowel, using an, not I. Also zero, that means without article. Here there is some nouns you don't need to add or to use the article. And the third type, definite, which is just the or the. Also the, like an, using the if the noun start or begins with the vowel, like I or e or on, and so on. So here we have three types: infinite, zero, and definite. Now indefinite article, which is a or an, right? So the first thing, it is come with singular countable noun. Just singular countable noun. The noun should be singular, not plural. It is very important here, and should be countable. Also, when introduce the noun for listener, the listener doesn't know anything about the noun, and I want just to introduce the subject, so I'm using indefinite, a or an. Also, when talking about something, but do not need to be specific. Also, when talking about noun involving description or definition, I explain or I talk about noun, but this noun I have to explain it or I want to define it. So it is a noun also, it is indefinite. Example about that, I have a pen. So here, pen is a noun, right? Singular and countable noun, right here. So we have pens, plural. So here it's singular. I have a pen. Also here, I went to a market. Here I introduce the noun for listener. I just say I went to the market, or sorry, I went to a market, or I went to a market. So here the user don't know which market I mean exactly. I just say market in general. Also, I can play a game. Here talking about something, but not a specific also. Here just I said a game. Which game? Any type of game. I don't say anything. Just I can play a game. Or here I have an apple. Here you can see because vowel start with vowel, a, apple, so using an. Also with hours, for example, although hours begin with or start with edge, which is not a vowel, but when pronunciate the hour, not edge, edge just a silent, we're using a, hour. So also using an hour. Also, for example, honest. Honest also start with edge, but also edge silent here. So we say an honest. For example, he is an honest man. Now zero article, that means you don't need to using article with a plural countable or uncountable noun. When the noun is plural, not a singular, plural, and countable or uncountable, not matter, using without article, without use anything, a or an or the, you don't need anything here. Also, when we talk about certain special noun like home, bed, meals, work, something is special. Anyone knows that there's certain special nouns, special thing. So we don't need to using the or a. Or also when we talk about something in general, sometimes you don't need to use anything. For example, here I prefer to use blue pens. Here pens, plural, right? Uncountable. So I prefer to use the blue pens, plural, so without anything. I can make it without anything. Also, for example, I have some information. Information is uncountable, so I have some information. Instead of the or a or an, here using just some information. For example, also I went to home. Here using home, so I don't need to say a home or the home. You can say I went to the home, but you don't need that. This home, just certain special noun. Anyone know that? I'm going to bed. Same thing. He was at work. I like technology. Something general, just technology. Which technology? I don't say anything. I don't specify anything here. And some subject general. Something is general, like a technology, a very general things. So I like technology. You don't need to add or anything. Now the last thing, or finally, we have definite article. We're using with singular, plural, countable or uncountable. But here we have a condition here, and very important. When both the speaker and listener know which noun is being spoken about. So for example, when where something introduced already, we already introduced something, we have already introduced something, so the listener will know that. Also, something is understandable from context. Sometimes there is something understandable just by context. I will give you an example. Or something unique, when we talk about something unique. And also superlative, like best or something like this. When I add superlative word, we also using the or the. For example, here, when I was in Mosul, I went to a park. Here you can see a park. I went to a park, because park, it is, I just introduced that. And then I went to a park. In the park, when I talk about details, I have already introduced the park. So now in the second sentence, I say in the park, because I already introduced that. And then when I was in Mosul, I went to a park. In the park, I saw a boy. Here, a boy, also a boy, because the listener doesn't know doesn't know the boy now. I just introduced the boy now. And then I say the boy was playing football. I saw a boy and then the boy, because I have already introduced the boy for listener. Another example, he is the head of department. Here this depends on context. For example, when I working or stand with my friend in a department, in computer science department, for example, and someone coming, I will say I will tell my friend he is the head of department, because I am in department. I am in the computer science department, and in computer science department there is just one head of department, right? It is unique. So in this context, when I am stand or working inside the department, so I can say he is the head of department. But for example, when we're working in the university, it is different. When I say someone, I can say he is a head of department, because I don't know which head of department who. Maybe head of department for computer science, maybe for communication, maybe for another department. But for example, there's another one, I say he is the president of university. So in this context, I am inside the university. It is a unique, of course, because in the university there is just one president for university. Also here, the sun is a giant ball in the sky. Here, the sun is just a unique thing, something unique. There's just one sun in the world. So the sun is a giant ball in the sky. Also here, that was the best major I have ever studied. So it is here, I say I using the superlative, best major I have ever studied. So the best, so using the best major. Also, for example, a car was so fast. A car was so fast, so the driver couldn't control it. Here I say a car, because the listener doesn't know which car I mean. But here, so the driver, I add the with the driver. Driver also a noun, right? Why the? Because it is understandable from context. I said a car was a fast, so the driver couldn't control. So of course the listener, by context, will understand that the driver, which is drive this car, that I already talked about, right? So here by context, so a car was so fast, so the driver couldn't control it. So this, I think, everything about article. We just take care about that. Review the video again and again, so you will understand everything. I hope you understand that, and thank you very much.